We're gathered here today to announce the fact that we've filed a lawsuit today in U.S. District Court in response to election policies which we believe will violate Minnesota voters' civil rights. The complaint names election officials in Hennepin and Ramsey Counties, namely Rachel Smith and Joseph Mansky, and as well as Secretary of State Mark Ritchie. We recently learned of Ramsey and Hennepin County's plans to ban our Election Integrity Watch buttons, which I'm wearing here today, as well as Tea Party apparel from polling places on Election Day.
When we go into the polling place, it is sacred, but it's not so sacred that a government official can say, you can't wear a Tea Party t-shirt or you can't wear this button, because that's not viewpoint neutral. We can't have our election officials who are supposed to uphold the law violating the law. The statute says you can't campaign within the polling place. That doesn't authorize Mr. Mansky, Ms. Smith, and Secretary of State Ritchie to pick out conservative, Tea Party, election integrity causes and say, those people can't vote with that apparel on.
So now the people who are trying to intimidate voters, who are running around passing out posters with people with handcuffs, who are basically pushing a piece of legislation to try they hope to be before city and state decision makers, are now claiming that they are victims. I think that this lawsuit is something that they're trying to do simply because it is going to bring publicity to their cause. What is their cause? To reduce the electorate so that they can get people, so that people who they don't agree with won't be able to fully participate. So,
you don't know what I'm talking about.
no.
Congressman, I just want to shake your hand and say hello.
Handshaking. Let me finish. I'll be done in a moment. Sure. Because I'm not trying, I didn't interrupt you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
But this is our press conference.
Right.
What specifically do you object to with the Election Integrity Watch program?
I don't like the posters with the handcuffs.
The poster that you
I don't like this button here. To me, seems to be this. I don't know. It seems to be electioneering. No, and this ID thing. You know, this.
Neighborhood Watch. Do you have a problem with those programs too?
This button is about intimidation. It's about scaring people. This button is about. This is about. I'm watching you, Big Brother, the big eye here. And this is an unfortunate example. So I'm just going to say thank you all. If the press has any other questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Well, I would just still like to know why you felt it was necessary to doctor up that Election Integrity Watch poster for your last press conference to make your point.
That didn't happen.
And we are standing against things, voter suppression, like this intimidation tactic, which is being posted on university campuses and bus stops and things like this. Other than that, we'll wrap it up. Anybody? Whose poster is it? This is sort of a spooky looking thing. It doesn't really say who did it. It just has this eye here that makes it like we're watching you or something like that, and the handcuffs, and it's, and you know, we're against voter fraud. We don't want anybody to vote who's not legally authorized to vote. This is just scare tactic stuff, and we don't like it. And so who put it up? Some shadowy group who obviously doesn't have the guts to be identified. And so who put it up? Some shadowy group who obviously doesn't have the guts to be identified.
That was Photoshopped. It's an intake video. It doesn't match the original artwork at all.
That didn't happen. That's untrue. So you asked a question, I answered it. Is there anybody else who wants to?
Who stands to benefit from not having?
Well, with that, my press conference is now over.
I can't ask
you decide on which questions we're going to ask?
Well, to the press.
Here's my congressman.
Thank you all.
It's a self-interested.
Lucky me. Yeah.